addiction is a recurring brain disorder. Okay. You see, it affects your brain. And it's a form of madness, if I can call it that. Because now when I'm sober, when I look back at some of the things I did in my addiction, I can't believe it was me. You know, things like, you know, you even pee on yourself. And you know you've peed on yourself, but you still move on with life. Okay. Sleeping in the trenches. Okay, I never did that, but at least, you know, the other
people who do that.
The other people who do that. Yeah. Addiction is something that, as much as we try to explain it, even professionally, it's beyond explanation. Sometimes I choose to think it's more of a spiritual thing. At some time I thought I was genetically predisposed, because there's also that. Yeah. There are some families in which addiction or alcoholism runs. But now that I have been through addiction and I'm in recovery for quite some time now, I realize it was not genetic predisposition. For me, I had underlying issues that I was trying to deal with. You know, stuff from my childhood. I had a very low self-esteem growing up.
Why?
It was just my upbringing, I would say, at some point. There was just something a bit off in the way we were raised. And I didn't know that I had carried some of these things in my subconscious. So I came to battle with them now in my later years, when I knew I could try and handle it. And I didn't know that by getting into alcohol, that was my way of trying to hide whatever I had nursed for so many years. And that is what happens with many people. Unfortunately, most of us start and are unable to come out. So now you keep looking, now it becomes an excuse. Oh, because this and this happened to me, I had this traumatic experience. Okay, fine. If you had a traumatic experience, seek therapy. You know, now you have to be proactive instead of being reactive. But most of us, we are reactive. Oh, my mother did this to me when I was 3 years old. Oh, my auntie looked at me badly. So now you start looking for excuses. And now those excuses are what turn into an addiction that you can't come out of. Let me tell you something, Queen. Most of the people who are struggling with any sort of addiction, whether it is chemical or process, started as a joke, and now they're in a place where they can't come out. But you're so ashamed that you don't even know how to address this issue. I was one of those people. Me, I used to hide in my Mara this. There's always a reason to drink, you know. And in addiction, when you do addiction counseling, you learn that there are different stages in addiction. There's experimentation, where you do it for fun times. Me and you are just having fun. You know, we are young, let's experiment with this thing. Then it becomes habitual. You know, it becomes compulsive. Okay, there's a party, let's go. Yeah. Then from compulsive, it moves to habitual. Now there's always a reason. Oh, my cat died. Oh, the neighbor's cow died. Oh, there's a birthday. My niece is turning 6 months. You know, there's always a reason to drink. And before you know it, you started spiraling. By the time you reach the habitual stage whereby there's always a reason to drink, even if it was your neighbor who you never knew who has died.
You'll drink to that.
Yeah, you'll drink to that. By the time you reach that habitual stage, you are spiraling downwards. And many people don't realize there's a very thin line between the habitual and the addiction stage. Very thin, by the way. It's like the relationship between love and hate. There's a very thin line.
It's fine line.
So me, by the time I reached the addiction stage, I didn't know. By the time I was getting into habitual, many people had started telling me, "Hey, Caro, when you drink so fast." Me, I didn't understand what that means. Me and you, see, we are with you. You're on your first drink, me, I'm on my third. And for me, it's nothing. But people are like, and you drink so fast. So I started hiding. So I'll go, if we're meeting with you, I'll go somewhere, I drink quickly, so that by the time we meet, we are on the same page.
Oh my God.
But me, I'm already ahead.